Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. In today's video, I want to show you something really fun, and that's going to be my Grave of Curse team for the challenge stage 2 that I actually managed to do it, and it's pretty much the same team that I use for the normal stages, but it might have a little bit of a quirky, different build, different, timings and all of that. It just depends on what buffs are happening this week, but I guess let's check this one out. And before I jump in the video, as always, I do want to mention that if you want to support me as a content creator and get some free stuff while you're at it, you can get the healer lights, lots of war models, some starlight eyes, and some gold. You can use code OddOne that you see over there at the top to bind to me as a content creator. So the way that one works is you would go on a page that's linked in the description. If the one in game doesn't work, click that link, put code OddOne with capital O's, right, for both of them, OddOne with with being capital, and like I said, you would just get some of the word motto starlight instantly, and then once you hit level 20, 50, and 100, you're gonna be getting the healer light, more word motto, and all of that free stuff. And doesn't matter if you're free to play, if you're a spender, why not do it, right? Still do that. Just if you are a spender, for example, and you do decide to spend in the game, which I never tell people to do, I get 2% out of that. But if you do support, thank you, really appreciate it. Now, the way that this one works is, every single week or every few days, the boss has kind of like some different buffs, different things that he does. So this one might change every single day. But at least for this week, for the next 5 days and 16 hours, we have that the boss gets more damage. With this one's permanent. Also reduces duration of debuffs received by 25%. That's worth keeping in mind. And also the boss's skill, Rage of Blood, randomly takes one buff currently on the player lasting 10 seconds, right? So it just takes one of your buffs, which means it's gonna steal one, so definitely that might be worth keeping in mind. But let's jump in the team, and I do want to mention, don't do this, what I did, I just did it because of the, for the sake of a video, and I didn't have more attempts. Do not collect these ones. They can stack up indefinitely, right? You can have up to 100, 200, 300, doesn't really matter. I would say always save these extra challenges that you get every time you do 10 normal stages of any of the gear dungeons. Save them to the point where you can farm stages 6, right? Again, because they stack and they don't expire, there's no point using them early. The only thing that you want to use daily is the 2 free tickets that you get, right? Every day you get 2 of these at, I don't know, I think it's like at reset, so you want to use those ones. But let's have a look at this fight, and let's have a look at the team. So the team is, similar, same thing. Some stuff might be able to change or might not be needed. So for example, you don't really need Inspired 5s in a row. I'm pretty sure this works with Inspired 0 or with Inspired 1, or you can bring, maybe instead of Cinorel, you can try and bring somebody like an Ogre that brings more healing and brings attack penalty. The reason why Cinorel is so good is because he can bring attack penalty and he brings a ton of healing. Then kind of like the main event of this fight is going to be Vinyara, because she's going to be the one that's going to be tanking the single target hits from the boss, and that's what makes her amazing, right? She's just a beast of being a tank, but she also removes all the buffs from the boss. She puts attack penalty, frozen, and removes the ultimate energy, right? All of the cool stuff that you need. And then we have the 3 Ice Blast people that usually do the job. Now, keep in mind that for the stage, you need 260 accuracy. That might be a little bit difficult to do, considering that we're still far away from getting that extra 50 accuracy from the elemental affinity. However, what Vinyara also brings to the fight is this 40 accuracy aura, right? That means that she has, for example, 225 with the 40, that's going to be 265 accuracy that she has, so it's going to be enough for the boss. Same thing, for Sheena, she has 222, with the 40, that's 260, so definitely use that. But let me just show you the timings before we do the fight, so you kind of have an idea of what I'm using. So the Ice Blast people are going to be like 11.8 Zorak, 12 Sheena, 13 for Beldel, and then every 18 seconds. The reason I'm doing it every 18 seconds is because I do have a Puppeteer's Inspiration set on somebody in the team. Specifically, it's going to be on Vinyara. Then I put Vinyara to go at 13.3, right? You kind of want her to go after the boss puts the buffs, but just before the boss does the second hit. Also, the reason why she's at 13.3 is because I let, in the past, with the previous team, I let the familiar that increases my accuracy go just before her. So right now, you don't really, you can do it at 13 exactly or 12.5 or something like that, but this one works, and then I made her go every 20 seconds so she can land her, buff remover pretty much at the same time. And then Cinorel, he's just full YOLO. But let's have a look at the team and let's see how it actually goes. Obviously, kind of like with everything in the game, there is a layer of RNG because the 3% can happen. Even though Vinyara has enough accuracy, she can always get randomly resisted on the buff remover. She can get resisted on decreasing the ultimate energy. She can get resisted on decreased attack, right? It can happen. Doesn't matter. You can have 500 accuracy, and unfortunately, Vinyara could still be resisted because that's just a silly game mechanic that they have. That's called, like I said, 3%, which again means that even if you have enough accuracy to remove the debuffs, it might still not happen because, that's just the way demo works. But it seems like, no bad RNG for once. So this fight was pretty easy and it's pretty fast and does pretty good. And the reason I'm kind of happy with this team is because of the fact that I don't personally have Belder's exclusive artifact. So that means there's a lot more damage potential in that. Let me see, is this a good piece? Attack percent, okay. I'll take a legendary plus piece that's attack percent. It's not the best set or whatever. Doesn't have all the good substats, but if I get at least a couple of rolls and crit damage, it's gonna be a good piece. But the reality is, just the 66% more attack, I will take it, right? So that's gonna be really good. The other ones resist, flat HP, flat attack. It is what it is, but still. This was the fight. This did it pretty well. Let me just show you what I have on them. The talents, obviously, I don't have them maxed, or there's still place for it. Ideally, if you have all the talents, get this one to give more accuracy to Vinyara, just to be sure that she lands the debuffs. Then over here, you can grab this one, so she does more damage. For Belder, I kind of went like this. So currently, because we don't have everything unlocked, I'm not taking the one that gives her more ice crystals, because she's not gonna do anything with them, right? So I just went with this one over here, even though, I gave more defense, I'm losing on some attack. This might be better to get 10% more attack, but I feel like getting 10% more damage is actually better than just straight up getting the attack. Then Sheena, same thing, and then Zorak pretty much is gonna be same thing. I just didn't have enough crystals for him. When it comes to Cinorel, I just focused more on him getting or doing more healing and putting more of the damage reduction. Now let's have a look at the builds. Let's start with Cinorel. Cinorel's running the amazing Brotherhood set that I brought from the previous season. Now, is this one the best? Not really, because the main stat of this one's HP percent. He would benefit from attack percent, but just the fact that he gives 15% more damage to all your team when he ults makes it really good. Then it's have a flat attack chest with triple attack percent that, again, enhances his healing. That's kind of like the goal. If you have attack percent, that's what you go with. And then when it comes to the artifact, Gatekeeper Staff is going to be, from my point of view, one of the best ones, so that when he overheals, he can also give a shield, which gives us more survivability. Then we have Vinyara, which is going to be running the Golden Antlers. This one's really powerful, at least so far, right? You might have seen that every single video I do, somebody is wearing this one. This is the new artifact of Season 3. The Golden Antlers is good on her because it gives accuracy, gives HP, and also it gives us 8% damage increase, right? Straight up marks the boss with this one, so the boss takes 8% more damage. And then also it starts marking all of your allies. This doesn't disappear, it does one, then the next, and the next. It enhances the healing that they get. So this can be really, really powerful early on. Then I have a Puppeteer's Inspiration set, which is not the best. Again, no accuracy over here. No accuracy over here, and this one's a crit glove, but at least this one has triple accuracy. I would prefer if this was a defensive stat, just to make sure that she's alive, but just what the Puppeteer's Inspiration brings makes it ultra powerful. The fact that we can go on an 18-second rotation with our damage dealers means we have a high chance of killing the boss faster before it becomes problematic. And then for the chestplate, I just have an accuracy with quad crit rate, which doesn't really help me, but you know what? It gives me the accuracy boost that I need, and that's all that matters, to make sure that Vinyara has enough accuracy, and then just try and keep her alive. Then next one, we're going to be using Zorak. Zorak is going to be having as much attack as possible, so he has 2 pieces of Trailblazer with attack and attack percent, and then 2 pieces of Sunfire Glow, just to give him as much attack as possible, and then he's running the Dawn Pipe Organ. This one's going to increase his attack, is increase Cinorel's and Vinyara and Sheena. Now, the reason why this is so good is because increasing Cinorel's attack means he's going to do bigger healings. Bigger healings means that if he overheals, bigger shields, right? It all just blends and adds together. Then obviously has a little bit of crit rate, crit damage to do some damage as well. You see that I have him Inspired 5, you don't need it. Again, just if you have him Inspired 0, it would work just fine. You might just kill the boss 5-10 seconds later. Then next one, we're going to have Sheena. Sheena's going to be wearing, I'm not even sure this one benefits as much. I just gave her a random set. She's wearing Gems Inspiration as a set. It has some crit rate, crit damage, and attack that works. Has a crit rate with quad accuracy, which again, it's perfect for what I'm looking forward to. And then we have this chest plate that gives me accuracy, which is going to be perfect because again, we need this early on, we need a ton of accuracy to land our debuff, so this one works just fine. All of the substats suck, but the fact that it's an accuracy, it completes the set. I said, you know what, it might as well just help us a little bit. And then the top one has crit damage, attack percent, flat attack, just an offset piece. Obviously, which remains really important that she's going to be landing that defense penalty. And you see that she has 222, plus the 40 from the Vinyara Aura takes us to 260, so that's going to work just fine. Then the main event of this fight is going to be, or not necessarily, honestly, not the main event, because at this point she doesn't do so much more damage than our Sheena does, for example. So we're going to have Beldel again. I don't have her exclusive artifact, I just have the Blooms of Preen on her that boosts our attack. I have 2 pieces of Forbidden Aegis that's crit rate, attack percent. Then I have an offset crit rate glove with some attack percent crit damage, and then an offset attack percent chestplate. That's pretty much it. Now, I'm not sure if she's gonna be doing a lot more with completing the set, even though I'm losing a ton of crit rate. Maybe this one might be better, right? Because, okay, she's losing some of the crit rate. She's gonna be at 36. However, from the passive of Sheena and Zorak, I get like 40 something. Yeah, I get like 40% more crit rate. So I don't know. But for now, it just worked with having her have more crit rate. So you know what? There's a saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And I'm not going to be doing that. But that pretty much is my team. I hope you have something similar, and I hope this gives you an idea of how you can defeat the boss to, you know, be able to get yourself some good pieces up until the other stages open, because I think it's going to be another, what, 3 days till stages 3 and 4 open for the other stuff. So might as well farm yourself some legendary plus, hopefully pieces in the right or in the fun mythic sets. Yep, 3 more days till the other ones open. So, you know, it's good to have knowledge about this to be able to do it. But thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video and it was helpful, please consider liking it, subscribing to the channel to see when I upload next. Again, don't forget you can support me using code OddOne to get yourself some free stuff. And I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, run. Bye, guys.